Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real United States video blog. And I'm your host, Paul Campbell, and behind the camera once again is my son-in-law, Chad McMinnis. And welcome to Port Huron, Michigan. Now, Port Huron, Michigan is significant to me as part of this whole series on my background, and the fact that I started college here many years ago, here at St. Clair County Community College. Port Huron is located on the eastern seaboard of Michigan, right at the base of Lake Huron, which we talked about in the previous episode. It's a town of about 30,000 people, just over 30,000 people as of the last census. So it's a relatively small city, but it has all the conveniences of any larger city. These are the headwaters of the St. Clair River, which is essentially the beginning of the St. Lawrence Seaway. It connects the Great Lakes to the Atlantic Ocean through the remaining two Great Lakes, Lake Erie and Lake Ontario, and up the St. Lawrence Seaway all the way out through the Gulf of St. Lawrence. You can see over my shoulder, in fact, that we are right at the headwaters of the river. That is Lake Huron in the distance. You can perhaps see that sailboat that's going north. And if my camera operator will give me just a little pan around, I'd like to show you just how close we are to our neighboring country, the nation of Canada. So I'd like to say hello to all my viewers out there in Canada who've been very, very kind to us. Now behind me, you'll see the Blue Water Bridge. The Blue Water Bridge is 6,178 feet long, and I'll put the meter conversion down on the screen below here for you. It was completed and opened for operation in October of 1938, and as a matter of fact, at the time, my father was 15 years old and lived just a few blocks from here, and has often regaled me with stories of watching it built and actually seeing one of the workers fall, unfortunately, to his death from the bridge during that construction. But nowadays there are two bridges. The last of them was constructed and opened in 1997, so that there are now eastbound and westbound bridges. And if you've been following us long, if you're a subscriber, you know I have something of a fascination with bridges. There are 14,000 vehicles on average per day that travel across this bridge. So it's an extremely busy artery between the United States and Canada. And in fact, the next closest bridges to here that connect us with Canada are in Detroit, about 80 miles or so to the south, and it's Sault Ste. Marie, about 350 miles to the north. So that explains why this is such an incredibly busy artery with our neighbors in Canada. Now, there's a very strong current here. It's on average about 6 knots, give or take, depending on the conditions and the season. This is a favorite fishing place for me, although it takes a great deal of weight to actually fish here and hold the bottom. So often you'll see us out here fishing with 2 large 13-ounce sinkers, just trying to keep our bait on the bottom of the river. I'm hoping that we're going to eventually catch a freighter coming up here, because as you can see, we're very, very close to the channel, and we can get some good shots of the freighters coming up here. But if not, this is a pretty typical weekday here on the St. Clair River. You know, a few folks down here enjoying the beautiful sunny day, and it's just a very, very nice, peaceful place to come and kind of get away from the traffic and the rest of the city and still not be that far away from everything. So we'd like to thank you for joining us here on the Real United States video blog. If you haven't already done so, we encourage you to pick subscribe below and join us for future episodes. We hope you'll share this with your friends and family. We'd really appreciate that. If you have questions or comments, please leave in the comment section below. We try to get back to everybody who can as soon as possible. And as always, thank you for watching.